Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and my tooth was feeling better until I sobered up. Now it hurts. Yeah, so I'm going to have to day drink again. Unreal. But as soon as the temperature, the weather changes, we'll be good to go. We go through this every spring. All right, this morning we woke up to -6 Celsius, but feels like -10, but it's actually warm out here. The sun is warm. I can feel it on the side of my face where my tooth hurts. Yes. All right, on the yo-yo scale, +22 Fahrenheit. See, I told you it's warm, but feels like +14. Yes, unreal. Spring is delayed this year, and then we have Easter long weekend coming up, so we have to make sure that Johnny G brings the beer on Wednesday or Thursday. We have to keep on top of that, so we have fresh beer for the weekend. All right, I untangled the flags twice this morning. I untangled them, went in to get the me phone, came out, and the Oklahoma flag was tangled up. It's so confused. It's probably in shock because in Oklahoma they're having nice weather, but not up here. All right, we got the sun bright. I can't see anything on the screen. And we'll scroll this way. Yes, I can't see nothing, so we'll just fake it, just like in the bedroom. Yes, my new bride on the honeymoon. All right, there we go. So now I can see the screen. We can see everything. No idea what we're doing today. Well, not sure. I don't know what we're going to do today. We'll just wander around aimlessly lost, just like we're doing. Now the sun's in my eyes. I can't see anything, so I'll just wave there, just like a good, true Hollywood actor. Yes, just stand there and smile and wave. Oh, the penguins from Madagascar. Those guys were classics. Oh, that was a good cartoon, guys. All right, we better go. Here comes the boss.
Tuesday morning in Whoville, it's just after 10 a.m. and as you can see the sun is shining, not many clouds in the sky, but it is windy out here right now. At least it's a warm wind. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out, then I can make something soft for breakfast. At 2 p.m. I'll head over to the kingdom and see what we're doing today. 12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. Today I'll be having good old craft dinner. Hopefully this one isn't mushy. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out and make lunch. Then at 1 p.m. I'll do the weather. It is windy out here right now. 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 1 degree Celsius, which is 33 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. As you can see from my weather board, it is pretty windy out here right now. So let's head inside and wait for 2 p.m. so I can go up and do the mail and head to the kingdom. Almost 2 p.m. and I just got the quad out, and I'll head inside and get ready, then go up and do the mail and head over to the kingdom. Hopefully I can make it in. My dad asked me to go into the back way and do a couple little videos for you guys.
Okay, down at the back gate, hiding out of the wind. Yes, there's the back gate there. And look at those tracks over there. So we walked the dogs this morning. We seen the tracks. So then we went and looked at the cameras and replayed it back. So we found a vehicle in the yard. The fella didn't get stuck. How he didn't get stuck, we don't know. But then he took from leaving the camera this way to showing back up over there. He was gone for over 3 minutes. So I imagine he was behind the corner here, figuring out where the hell he was. All right, so we'll insert the picture of him turning around. Okay, hiding out of the window over here. Here I'm looking at the front gate, and it took the fellow 3 minutes to drive around from over there to back to the front and drive out of town. So he was on the wrong road. He should have read the sign saying private property, keep out, but he drove into the kingdom. Oh well, that's the joys. He must have been drunk at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's normal as he headed out of town. Let's insert the picture here.
Just made it into the back of the kingdom, and my dad wanted me to do a little video for you guys. I guess someone tried to come up the back of the driveway here last night after I left. As you can see, there's some ruts here. This is the only place with ruts. The rest of the kingdom is pretty much melted. I wonder who it was. They even turned around right there and left. Luckily they didn't get stuck. Down at the host shack, and I have to switch over to my dad's mic because it is pretty windy out here right now and my mic picks up all the background noise. I'm gonna head in behind the house and load the 2 tubs out of the long trailer while the mini's out. 2:30, it didn't take me very long. I was able to get the 2 tubs filled up. Now I'll head back around to the host shack and put everything away. My dad is inside right now. He already did firewood and stuff before I got to the kingdom. Made it back around to the host shack, no problem, and I just put the mini away and the tubs. Now I'm officially done in the kingdom, so I'll head inside and grab my dog treats and go back into Whoville and do the weather at 4:30.
Okay, we'll be short video today, so we'll add something from the past and call it good. Even the lovely ladies approve. Okay, last night when I went to bed, passed out. Yeah, no, I went to bed. Okay, it was minus 25 Celsius. That's like minus 18 on the F scale. So it was like chilly willy. And then overnight, the temperature rose. We had a different air system or pressure system come in, so the air changed. So it's actually quite warm out here now. It's like minus 18. Oh, I don't know what that is on the F scale. But the problem I have now is we're in a low pressure system, so now the wood stove won't burn. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We might have to put some accelerants in it to get it to burn. Yes, for the Swedish kid, I'm going to go out into the boreal forest and hand pick dry caribou moss to put in the wood stove to get the fire to burn. Yeah, right. Okay, but also too for the Swedish kid, I don't know if we can see it. Okay. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. I'm stuck in the corner of the screen again. Oh, look at that. All right, right there. Oh yeah, new gloves, eh? Okay, right there's the pink extension cord. And I got it plugged into the 38 maple leaf right here. And that has the Wisconsin, sorry about that. And that has the Wisconsin hot rod motor out of that 86 rusted out Chevy Suburban. So we got to move it because somebody parked it there. So then I can't get in the back there to where the wood stove is. Or, you know, to make the wood stove for the staff, because all she's got is those little heaters. So she's a little chilly in her house. But oh well, she'll get over it, you know, being young. And the flag exercises in its natural state because there is no wind, there's nothing, so it's just limp. And today's video will be based on the military items I own in the kingdom. Okay? So this video today will be on tomorrow's YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Okay? So it's like owning a DeLorean time machine, but like the roads up here aren't smooth enough to get up to 88 miles per hour. So I have to use the advent of technology to film today, release tomorrow, eh? That's confusing. And also too, I don't know if we can see it. All right, that truck right there. Look at that. That truck right there. Okay? That used to get me speeding tickets of 145 miles an hour in my wasted youth because the roads were smooth. Yeah, we could go fast and outrun the cops. Oh, yeah. Minor detail. I wrote about that in my Naughty Natalie book series, eh? It was my life in the South, going fast, having good times and stuff like that. All right, I better go do something because the boss, I don't know where he is, but I better get ready, get things ready for filming. So because tomorrow we plan a big day out on the muskeg. All right, so we want to get everything ready today for tomorrow. Okay? Okay, for the first item on the military list in the kingdom is a 1944 Beach 18, okay? This was built for the United States Air Force, and it was flown by the ladies of WASP, okay? That is Women's Air Force Service Pilots, okay? It's not the groupies for the rock band WASP with Blackie Lawless, first time with the new lips. Okay, so this plane here, flown by the ladies of WASP, would be flying along towing a target, okay? So the target would be behind them, and then the artillery on the ground or where it would be shooting at it. Well, I know if my ex-wife was flying the plane, I doubt I'll be aiming at the target. Due to the fact I don't have my glasses on. Okay, but it's a nice plane. We salvaged it. You know, it was good. Looked good underwater, and the water kind of saved it. But that's all par for the course. So we'll continue on the quest here. Okay, we can't forget the wing for the plane. So that's the call numbers on it when it was a Canadian bush raider flying in northern Canada here, northern Manitoba. So this tells the whole history right there with the call numbers. Okay, back in 1987, I bought this red crane cat, and I think that's why I ended up getting a divorce. So the boom is pretty long, all right? It looks pretty high. Okay, so back then I loaded a lot of scrap metal and everything out of it, with it and stuff like that, so that, you know, to finance my adventures and stuff like that. So it's a 1941 T9. T stands for gas motor or track machine. It's not a diesel. Okay, so it was built for the United States Navy. It was popular in the Pacific War part, you know, Pearl Harbor, all that kind of stuff for unloading equipment and everything off the landing craft. It's a very handy machine. The turret turns each way. It lifts up and down. The ball goes up and down. But back in, I think it was 2000 3, I think it was, we kind of fell through the ice and took it swimming, so we cracked the head. But oh well, we'll fix it someday. Then in 1988, I bought my second crane cat, and this was yellow. So it's a 1941 too, made for the United States Navy. And I broke the crane part off. So I decided to make it into the world famous black cat for winter freighting because it has the long track and everything. We made our own homemade blade and stuff like that. So both these cats are well featured in my first book, which was Stories Written in 2003, published in 2006. So these black covered King of Obsolete cat train newsletter books sell for a lot of money on eBay and stuff like that. I don't know why. $236 US, all because I signed it. I don't know why. You can go to Amazon and download the second edition for free when it's in rotation. Back in 1998, we built 13 miles of ice road to get this D7 4T. It's not a 3T, it's a 4T because the 4 means military issue. So it's a 1951, most likely for the Korean War. And we dragged it off the ice road, got it to the kingdom, and we kind of play with it once every 10 years or so. But we will get it up and running someday and have some fun. It is featured in my books, the early years or whatever, so please enjoy. The 1945 Chevy 3-ton, which was military issue, sold for civilian use to my grandpa for Barnes Freighters of Medora, Manitoba. Grandpa was privileged enough to be given this truck or sold this truck because he was hauling to the Commonwealth Air Training Bases in southwestern Manitoba. So having this truck was a great privilege and everything. But he got hit by a train in 1945. We well documented that, and we're slowly working on it to get it back on the road. But this year with the high price of gas and can't get parts for 3 to 4 months, so a little drive back to where Grandpa got hit by the train was out of the question. 1976 AM General. Okay, I'm getting it right. M16 Roto Wrecker, because this is the days before Jamie Davis made him famous on Highway Through Hell, but that's a Roto Wrecker for tow trucks of the military, okay? This truck was based at Shiloh, Manitoba when I was growing up, and it's will be featured in my fourth book in the Naughty Natalie series because it does play a major role. So in 2019, I was owed some money and it kind of showed up here in the middle of the night. So it kind of brings back memories of the good times and everything we had back then in the 80s. So I'll be telling more on that, but it's known as the green toy in the kingdom and we have lots of fun with it. Okay, Thor the Plow Truck is a 1983 IH Paystar 5000 spec for the United States Air Force to plow the runways during the Cold War so the nuclear bombers could take off and land. So now the poor truck is at the end of the world enjoying its retirement, plowing on rocks and more rocks and more rocks. But the truck has been very good to us, and it is 100% military because you go to order anything from fan belts to heater switches to you name it, it's military spec. So you have to really use the internet and Google to find the parts for this truck. I'm glad I purchased it, and hopefully we get quite a few more years of use out of the truck and having fun. Well featured in my books and rescuing the Screaming Ford off the winter road. Okay, just about 5 o'clock old time, so we're quitting. So I got everything plugged in to the vehicles and stuff for tomorrow, but the extension cord is not plugged in to the outlet because 1500 watt block heaters draw a lot of power. So there's the cord there. Just before I go to bed, if I'm sober enough, I'll plug in these vehicles. Also too, on using the long cords plugged in together, I put the outlets or the connections up in the air so I can see them on the camera. So if the dogs run by or the wildlife or some people or a unicorn runs through the yard, I know it gets unplugged because I can see it on the camera. Okay, the D69U, known as the hood because it was sunk first, is all ready for tomorrow because we might need him. So I have the external block heater plugged in. Okay, it's electric and everything. It's quick coupled in because this one we can switch to propane heat, for heating the antifreeze in the motor, or we run the electric. Okay, the green toy is a little hard to plug in if I'm drunk or not quite sober. So I've run a short cord out so I can just stagger out and plug it into the outlet or the cord from the shop. So this should work out good. And let's scroll this way because the dogs know it's just about walk time because it's 5 o'clock old time, 4 o'clock new time. We're not using Thor tomorrow, but we'll be using the 3 items I got plugged in, hopefully. And the flag exercise is in its natural state, looking good. Talk to you later.
4:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 3 degrees Celsius, which is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. As you can see from my weather board, it is pretty windy out here still, which makes it chilly. So let's head inside and let the dogs out. Then I can get supper ready and end my day.
Okay, hiding out of the wind, and I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been riding the mini hoe, cleaning up this mess in front here and everything like that, because then my tooth started to hurt. But that's okay. That gave me an excuse to drink some vodka to try and take the pain away. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some more vodka, and make a video. Talk to you later.